What's up everyone, I'm Dan and thanks to Sega and Hello Guillotine for the review code for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds on the Nintendo Switch 2. If you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe to stay up to date with more reviews like these, and with all that said, let's get into this. Sonic has always been about speed, and Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is all about going fast. Now available on the Nintendo Switch 2, this upgraded version finally feels like the experience Sega was aiming for from the very start: faster, sharper, smoother and bursting with ideas. Whether you're upgrading from the original Switch release or jumping in for the first time, CrossWorlds proves that arcade kart racers can still surprise you. At its core, this is still a Sonic racing game through and through. Acceleration is fun, drifting is essential, and tracks are designed to reward confidence and momentum rather than cautious play. If you're coming from something like Mario Kart, the adjustment period is short, but you'll notice a difference, especially when taking corners and using power-ups. The defining feature and still the biggest hook is the CrossWorlds system. Mid-race, you'll warp through travel rings that transform the track in real time, throwing you from land to sea, into the air, through space, or even into warp dimensions. These transitions don't just look cool, they fundamentally change how each lap plays out. In some races, the final lap becomes a constantly shifting track where memorization gives way to reaction and adaptability. It keeps things fresh in a genre that can sometimes feel overly familiar. There's a generous amount of content on offer too. You'll race across 24 main tracks and 15 brand new CrossWorlds, each with its own identity and gimmicks. Some lean into spectacle, giant sea creatures, collapsing structures, gravity-defying set pieces, while others focus on tight design, shortcuts and risk versus reward racing lines. Not every track is a winner, but there are far more standouts than mediocre designs, and the sheer variety helps prevent fatigue. The roster is equally strong. You start with 23 iconic Sonic characters available right from the jump, which is both a good and a bad thing. For those who love to unlock races as they go, may feel slightly disappointed, but for those who just want to jump into a race with their favorite character, they'll appreciate this. Vehicle customization adds another layer of depth with 45 vehicles, 70 gadgets and a wide mix of carts and items that subtly change how races feel. Multiplayer is where Sonic Racing CrossWorlds really shines. Local split screen Grand Prix is perfect for in-person competition, while Race Park offers a more party-like mode that's ideal for quick sessions. Online you'll find 12-player lobbies, full crossplay across platforms which is great, and global rankings via World Match. Network performance is solid and matchmaking always has loads of players available to race. On the original Switch, CrossWorlds was playable but not the best, targeting 30 frames per second with noticeable dips in busy moments. On Switch 2, however, it's a different story entirely. In docked mode, 1 or 2 players can race at around 1440p and 60 frames per second, while handheld mode delivers a sharp upscaled 1080p at the same smooth frame rate. The result is a cleaner image, better motion clarity and a far stronger sense of speed. 4-player split screen does drop to 30 frames per second, but it's still perfectly playable. Importantly, the game never loses its sense of control or responsiveness, which matters far more in a racer like this. Occasionally, minor stutters aside, this is a huge step up from the Switch 1 version. If you already own the original release, Sega has handled the upgrade path well. All content carries over, your save data transfers seamlessly, and for a limited time, the upgrade pack is available at a discounted price, making the jump feel more than fair. New players can also take comfort in knowing a full physical release, not a game keycard, is planned for early 2026. As a big Mario Kart fan, I have to say there is enough here in this title to make it feel like a different racer, and personally I think there's room to enjoy both as they offer different experiences. This is the definitive version of Sonic Racing CrossWorlds on the Switch systems, faster, smoother, and finally doing justice to its ambitious ideas. If you're ready to go fast, this is definitely your moment. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is out now on the Nintendo eShop for the Nintendo Switch, priced at $64.99 in the UK and $69.99 in the US. Big thanks once again to Hello Guillotine and Sega for the review code. Thanks to you all for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and until next time.
Now do you understand the scope of my abilities?